Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Last time we killed a dragon. Sorry. And,
I'd like you to have them as a token of my friendship.
What? The Code of Malakath. Why did you give me that? What even is that? Have I even ever spoken to you before? It's not in miscellaneous ingredients. Is that a weapon or armor or something like that? What on earth did you just give me? Oh, it's a book. I was gonna say, the Code of Malakath. Malakath is one of the Daedric princes in this game, and I was like, did you just give me a Daedric artifact or some other, like, dark cursed item or something like that?
To Sven? Maybe not. Maybe. Never mind. But I would stay away from him if I were you.
Alright, so that is part 2 of the dumbest love triangle in the entire game that I mentioned a little while ago. Anyway, where was I? Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite, and could I go 5 seconds without these two idiots feuding? That would be great. Last time, we killed a dragon off in Kynesgrove and absorbed its soul. Delphine seemed impressed. Lydia seemed honestly bored with the whole thing. I would say that she's probably seen it a bunch of times by now, but I think that was actually the first time that Lydia has been involved in a dragon fight, so it would have been the first time for her too. We need to go talk to Delphine in the Sleeping Giant Inn, and we know where we can find her now, in that hidden room down in the in the basement of the inn, whatever it is. You just left the door open, and you left the door to your hidden. All right, Delphine, you're letting it slip a little bit on the security front, are you? Alright, you took your time getting down the stairs.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy. I've been doing this a long time, remember? While the Thalmor have been looking for me, I've been watching them. The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions?
So this isn't especially well explained, at least if you're just playing through the game, going from main quest to main quest without really looking into the side stuff, but... So, I don't think we have yet met the Thalmor in this Let's Play. You can find them wandering around outside. They are the high elves who talk in funny high-class British accents and tend to have a thing for giving the Nords a hard time. They are a faction within the High Elves, the Aldmer, as they're known, and there's definitely High Elves that you can find who are like normal people who aren't weird and racist against the Nords and so on and so forth. I think speaking of Nords, we listened to some of the NPCs in Whiterun, Heimskr over here, complaining about them, but I don't believe we've actually met them yet. They're the ones responsible for trying to do things such as outlaw the worship of Talos. They are, there's some other stuff that they're doing behind the scenes, trying to wage like a passive war of soft power against Skyrim. It's a whole thing. It's kind of baked into the Elder Scrolls lore from several games ago, and I expect that we will be seeing a lot more of it in Elder Scrolls 6 whenever that comes out. I wanted to go buy some higher level fire spells, which is something that you can do if you talk to the wizard in Whiterun, or any of the wizards in the game, but I'm coming here because I know that you're going to have some things. Yeah, that's great, don't care. Let me go and see what you have for sale, and I might be able to sell some stuff. Alright, that random circlet, which I don't really need, some books, which I don't really need. I can sell my soul gems because I'm not going to immediately have any use for those, but I think I won't for now. And Conjure Familiar is a lower level conjuration spell, which you could use. I want to say that's just like a spectral wolf or something like that. Conjure Flame Atronach is the apprentice level conjuration spell, which is what I actually have right now. We have Firebolt, which I think is the one that I want. And while I'm here, we have Oak Flesh. Do you also have Stone Flesh? So Oak Flesh and Stone Flesh are alteration spells, which will temporarily give you a bonus to your armor rating. I guess I'll grab Stone Flesh. Could be handy in a physical fight. We've also got a bunch of these other things: Reanimate, Muffled Mage Light, all these other spells. I'm not going to go through all the spells right now. Do I have anything I can disenchant while I'm here? I don't think I do. I do not. Alright. At some point I would like to go and... Oh, you know what? I could have just done that in Whiterun. I would like to go and sell those dragon bones that I picked up. I can do that in Solitude too when I get there. Let's see. So as for more on the Aldmeri Dominion, the Thalmor as they're known, they have their little embassy in Skyrim, where they try to, you know, exact political favors from the government and so on and so forth. And we're going to try and go there. They live just outside of Solitude, a little bit up north from here, around here. And we're going to go to Solitude. We're going to sneak in by inviting ourselves to a little party that they're holding. And once we get in there, we're going to sneak around and get into things that they would probably rather we stay out of. Let's see. There's plenty more to say on the Aldmeri Dominion. I'm sure we will get there eventually. You can get to Solitude, which is a city we haven't been to yet, either by fast traveling to Morthal or Ustengrav and just running/swimming until you get there, or you can do the not open the console. You can do the thing that I did to get to Morthal, which is to just hire the carriage from the Whiterun stables to get there, and I think I will do that because that will be faster certainly than running. And let's see, I'd like to hire your carriage. Where do I want to go? I'm going to go to Solitude, which is apparently cheaper than going to Morthal, even though it's farther away. I don't know if the roads are in better condition on the way out there or something like that. It really is a nice looking city. It's probably my favorite city in the game. It's, without a doubt, my favorite aesthetically, and probably my favorite just in general. Anyway. So we've arrived here. Down here we have the Solitude Stables, if you're interested in that. That is not the Solitude Stables. That is Cultist Farm. Does Solitude not have a stable? I mean, it contains stables. It's just not called that. Interesting. Are you Culta? Do you have an explanation for us?
We could always use help picking crops if you need a few extra coins.
Oh, so if you have crops, some of the farmers will just buy them from you. But I'm not going to do that. I would like to actually use the wheat as a crafting ingredient in potions at some point. Anyway, so Solitude is up here, and should I do the thing that I did, like, in an earlier video where I just ran around Whiterun and investigated everything? I guess I'll do that. I'll do that for Solitude. I'll do that for the major cities, as I like to call them, the walled cities. I won't do it for the minor cities. The minor cities are less big and mostly contain just like houses and stuff, and some things that are less interesting. There's quite a few like intersecting quests that you might come across in the big cities. There might be one or two intersecting quests that you can just pick up along the way in the smaller cities. Anyway, what's going on here?
Positions. Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Traitor!
You betrayed us!
Get on with it!
Your uncle is scum that betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all heart, Vivian.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrik. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak! There was no murder.
Liar!
He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords. Boo!
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
You guys gonna continue this little scene, or are you just gonna stand around?
Some gate guard you were.
That was anticlimactic. Alright, that cutscene seems more stiff than it usually is for some reason. So, the first time you arrive in Solitude, there's going to be a lovely execution, and I'm going to have to try to remember to put that little disclaimer on the beginning of the video that I did in the first one. I'm not going to like mark every one of these Skyrim videos as like 17 plus or whatever, but the executions I will try to be a little bit more careful around. What was I saying after that? So
You look like
there's going to be a little bit more of the backstory of the whole Ulfric Stormcloak saga playing out here. Ulfric challenged the High King of Skyrim to a duel and won, and this guy basically opened the door to let him escape. I've expressed disdain for the Stormcloaks before. I'm not entirely sure if that warrants a beheading. It's definitely probably putting you on the side of history that I'm not in favor of, but it's not exactly Jan 6. As a like active participation in like the usurpation, but we can see on display the tensions between the Stormcloaks and between everyone else's. So here we have, I don't know why. Sure. What do you need?
Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it.
Okay, I'll do that, I guess. I wasn't really planning on doing little errands like this, but since you're here, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why I ran in this direction. I was just kind of wandering around while I was talking, and I didn't think that these guys were really gonna have anything interesting for me. They're just the, like the fruit and vegetable merchants. But that one has a little errand for me. The docks can be found outside Solitude, down here. If you were to run to Solitude from the direction of one of these parts of the world, you would probably pass through them on your way. I'll do that after this. So this guy here.
You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes?
Not really. I think gold is generally easy enough to make in this game, but go on.
It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things.
Yeah, collect in a very generous sense.
I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats. The Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot.
Interesting. So that's going to be a little side quest for us. I'm not going to do that right now. I will do that at some point, probably after the main story. Where else do I want to point out? So this is bits and pieces. This is the general store. Do I have... oh, I do have all those dragon bones and possibly some other things that I might sell. So if I talk to Seima over here, you can ask her some questions about, for example, the execution. I'm not going to go through every NPC's like dialogue tree the same way that I didn't do that in Whiterun. But let's see, what do I have to sell? So of chills, I think I can get rid of that. Firstly, let me offload the dragon bones because those are the heaviest and I'd like to get rid of them the fastest. And now, if I've got anything else like wolf pelts that I don't really want, we can offload those as well. You don't have enough money for that, although I suppose I could probably buy like, I don't know, a potion ingredient or something. Do you have spell books? You do? Not very interesting ones. Alright, so I guess I'll just buy those two, and then I'll sell the rest of my stuff. What was it? Of Frost and of Chills. So the enchanted items that you can find randomly on the ground, they will have like different levels of their enchantments, so stronger ice enchantments, stronger fire enchantments, and whatever. And they'll have slightly different names, but it'll look just, the name will make it look like a enchantment of the same family. Radiant Raiment, I'm not going to go into every building. That is going to be where you can buy clothes if you like. I don't believe Whiterun had one of those. The Winking Skeever is the inn/bar. That is somewhere where I'll need to go for story reasons later. Over here, Angeline's Aromatics. It's going to be a potion maker. I do tend to spend quite a bit of time in there, because I do like to create my potions in this game. Up here, we've got some blacksmithing. So, what's your name? Byron. So you were at the execution too, weren't you?
But what can I help you with?
So if I want to buy weapons and armor, I can do that there. You can also do the forging. You don't, I don't think, have a smelter up here. The way that some of the other blacksmiths in this game do. You've also got a shop that you can go into. What was it? Adrian Avenici also had a shop, but I don't believe I went in there. The Fletcher, specifically for arrows. Over here, this is where the Imperials like to hang out. If you want to sign up with the Imperial Legion, you can go into this building and do that now. I'm not going to go through that door now because I don't know if that would automatically pull me into a cutscene that I don't want to be in right now. I will do Civil War stuff later on. The Civil War isn't like the most interesting plotline in the game, but it is part of the game, and I will indeed be covering it. Here we have, what exactly is this? So I know what takes place here later on as part of another quest, but I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be like when that isn't happening. Temple of the Divines. Alright, so that's a temple. Let's see, I did go and check, and I think every one of the temples in the cities, in the 5 cities, except for one, has a quest associated with it, but I don't remember which one that is. You there.
Have you come seeking guidance?
Okay, so this sounds like lore. I'm gonna talk to you if I can't find another quest anywhere else in here.
Take my advice. Never gamble. Damn Ernskar has me in debt up to the eyes.
Alright, that's not very nice.
Too many drinking games, too many bets, and I'm too old to ever raise the coin on my own.
Alright, I can bail you out, I guess.
Stubborn oath. I don't know what good it'll do. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
Alright. Every family's got to have some brains in it. Let's see. I am certainly that cannot be said of me, of my family. Let's see. What am I looking at? These are the different shrines. Alright, so one for each divine, except for one. You can probably guess which divine is missing. I mentioned several times how there is a bit of a dispute over whether there are 8 or 9 divines in this game. You don't have regular dialogue.
And they can save you from your trials as well.
Alright. I was hoping you were going to have a little bit more to say. Can I candlelight? Because it is dark in here. Is there anything else for me to explore down here? So there is somewhere down here a bit of a dungeon to explore that leads into the catacombs, the way that the shrine in Whiterun had the Hall of the Dead. But I think there is a quest associated with that. Let's see. Also, now that I've actually seen the alcove up over there that's empty, I guess I can ask you about why exactly that is.
Ah, yes. That once held the shrine to Talos. But the worship of Talos was banned by the White Gold Concordat some time ago.
Yeah, this is all very complicated.
It's the peace treaty that ended the war with the elves of the Aldmeri Dominion. The Dominion recognized the heresy of proclaiming Talos a god. Talos was a great man and a great emperor, but that does not make him a god. No matter how much the Stormcloaks may wish it were so.
I would also like to go and just make a note of how, like, even though Talos is generally considered to be a god, a divine, by the Nords, not all Nords, such as this lady here, not all Nords are into that. And there's a lot of things in the socio-political landscape of Skyrim that definitely, nothing interesting up here it seems, definitely serve the purpose of pointing out that, like, pretty much no group in this game is a monolith, and they all have their own opinions on things. And Well, let's just say that in a lot of RPGs, if you stop to talk to every one of the NPCs, they don't have that much interesting stuff to say, but in Skyrim, it feels a little bit more worth it than it does in most games. I was not paying attention to where I was running when I ran out the door, so if you come down this way, it will put you off in a different part of the city. Over here, where these kids are running, you can come back here, and this is going to be where we were earlier, where the blacksmith and the food merchants were. Just gonna grab a nightshade. And coming down here, we have some of the more fancy upscale houses. So this is, I believe, the Hall of the Dead in this game. We see some grave markers over there. Is there... Okay, so it's the Solitude Catacombs in this part of the game. Is there anything worth going in there for now? I don't think there is. I think there is, like I said, other quests that will lead us there eventually. What is this building? I never remember what this one is. Oh, this one's the Hall of the Dead. Okay, so there are separate catacombs and... Alright. I will come in here then. Is there an NPC who's going to tell me exactly what's going on? That is a book called The Cake and the Diamond. Cake does sound rather appealing right now. We've got some weapons here. Why are you just leaving your weapons out in the Hall of the Dead? I can steal all your stuff. This is owned. Do we have an NPC? Surely someone's got to be home. That's going to lead into the catacombs. That was that giant barrel full of alcohol, probably. Let's see. The houses in Solitude are fairly vertical. You tend to be able to go upstairs. Oh, are you asleep? Why are you asleep? It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I mean, it's not like I've never been asleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but this might be a decent time to ask about the guy who was executed.
Yes, I made an appeal to Captain Aldous.
Ah, come on. Cursor.
A proper Nord burial, as is the custom in Solitude. All my life, I practically grew up in the hall. My father and mother were the priest and priestess of Arcade before me, you see. I believe I was put here to protect this place from the darkness that pervades Solitude. This city has a long history of madness and murder. The Wolf Queen, Pelagius, the death of High King Toric, and now, public executions. My books tell the stories, have no doubt, as pretty as its streets are, as jovial as the bards may be. Darkness is drawn to Solitude.
You know, I actually never considered that before. There is a bit of nonsense in the city. I like the city, and it's a pretty city, and it's pretty lively and all, but there are, he mentioned a couple other things that we will be seeing as parts of other side quests. There's a couple, one level too far down. There's a couple, like, dark / insane, like, bits of a sideshow in the city, and we'll be getting to pretty much all those things eventually, but he raises a good point. Let's see, what is this building? I think this is just a house. I don't think this is alright, that is Vittoria Vici's house. That is Proudspire Manor. Can't get into either of those right now. This is someone else's house. Oh, is it what I do? Alright, Darevin, explain yourself.
Pity on an old madman. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
You know, you can give little donations to some of the homeless people around this game.
My master has abandoned me, abandoned his people, and nothing I say can change his mind. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help? Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as a Jarl. No, no. Such people are below him. No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that.
Don't think about it too hard.
Oh, you just don't understand. Without him, I am not free. Without him, I am doomed. All of his empire shall fall into chaos. Until next time.
Alright, so this guy seems to be a few cards short of the full deck, but that is actually the beginning of our first Daedric side quest. It's one of the funnier ones, by design, but we'll be doing that later, after the main story. Let's see. Oh, shut up, you. This is another house. We've got some hanging moss on the side of this building. That's a potion ingredient. Can harvest that if we'd like. I meant to go up in this direction. And this is going to be the Bard's College. And this is going to be the starting point of a mini series of side quests, which we will be doing at some point as well. Viarmo, please explain.
Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago. Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem.
Alright, so, this is the Bard's College. I guess if I want to apply and get in, I'd probably better not mention what I do on April Fool's Day every year. This is, perhaps, I don't know if people consider this a disappointment, but it's not actually going to have a lot to do with music. It is going to be largely a bunch of, like, going into dungeons and finding treasure quests the same way that most quests in this game ultimately boil down to. But we'll be getting back to that in a bit. Let's see. Hello. Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know if it's officially a bug, but something that happens in this game a lot is if you're talking to someone or if someone is talking to you when you go through a door, they will spawn in front of you outside the door, even if they didn't apparently intend to go through there. You see he just went right back inside. I don't know if that would be considered a bug in the game or not, but it just happens sometimes. And it's, honestly, kind of funny. Bryling's house, apparently. Can't go in there. Just roll with it. And our last point of interest in Solitude is going to be up here. This is the Blue Palace. This is the equivalent of Dragon's Reach. We've got some thistles growing outside. This is where Elisif lives, and Elisif is kind of the, I don't believe she's officially High Queen. Is she officially High Queen? Oh no, I did not mean to do that. That was, sorry. I could reload the game, but I think instead I'll just pay off my bounty of 1 gold.
Woman, now come along with us. We'll take any stolen goods, and you'll be free to go.
Why is the hanging moss in this palace owned? That's very silly. Alright, so I respawned out here apparently. I'm gonna run back into the Blue Palace. Alright, nobody saw that. So this is the Blue Palace. Jarl Elisif the Fair lives up here. I guess she would be the High Queen because her husband was the one who was murdered by Ulfric Stormcloak, and as far as I know, nobody else has been appointed yet. Let's see. There's a conversation happening here.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people will always be safe under my
Your
rule.
Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
What is this about a haunted cave? That sounds right up my alley.
I am the Jarl's steward. If you have court business to tend to, you mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
So that's going to be the beginning of the Wolfskull Cave saga. We can, as I've said several times in this video, add that to the list of things to do afterwards. Let's see, Jarl Elisif, if I want to interview you, I can ask some questions. I don't really feel like getting into it right now. We will be back to pay her some visits later on with some other quests, the Bard's College and what have you. Let's see, I was going to say if you come back here, this is the wizard's room, but the wizard is actually not in here right now. The wizard, what was your name? Sybil Stentor is standing outside, and you're going to fulfill the duties of Farengar back in Whiterun. Is there anything that might be worth me trading here? Do you have any interesting spellbooks, or are you going to have basically the same inventory as Farengar? It looks like you have basically the same inventory as Farengar. Alright. If you want to buy the really interesting spellbooks, you do have to go to the College of Winterhold, but that's a line of side quests for later. I really need to just like stop saying that because that should be assumed at this point. All right, we've got a kitchen over here. God, I'm hungry. I didn't eat much for lunch. There's not much back there, it seems. I didn't eat much for lunch, and if you put just a whole wheel of cheese in front of me, I probably would just swallow it whole right now. Anyway, that's about it for Whiterun. There is Whiterun for Solitude. There is more to do in here. You have the Pelagius wing of the castle, which that one guy outside told us about, but I think we can save that for some other time. The last thing I'm going to do before ending this video off, I think, is going to be to do that little miscellaneous errand, and let me fast travel to Cultist Farm outside. And what was it? Someone wanted me to deliver something to the dock workers, and convince Vittoria Vici to receive the release the spiced wine shipment. Okay, so that's going to be someone who's just hanging out by the docks here. Going to put the quest marker on that one so that I know exactly where I'm going. But we can run down to the docks here, and we can see a thinly disguised reference to the either the British or the Dutch East India Company, depending on which one you prefer or prefer to make the evil corporation. Vittoria Vici is just going to be here behind the desk. All right, I guess that would make sense. You are the one who runs this thing after all.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my wedding, you see. So many details to work out. Some say I got my position because my cousin is the emperor. Nonsense. The man's given me nothing. He can't even be bothered to attend my wedding. Ah, yes. If she wants to pay the 2,000 gold tariff, then we'll be all set.
Yeah, tariffs are something that's been in the news a little bit recently, aren't they?
I suppose I could make an exception. I do like her spiced wine. Fine. Tell Yvette's-san her shipment will be brought up to Solitude shortly.
Wait, is that her actual name? I didn't notice her last name. That sounds like a Japanese honorific. Anyway, so there's the
I suggest you head back the way you came.
I was just gonna say that.
This is the East Empire Company's central warehouse. All of their shipments go through here. Unfortunately, thanks to some problems they've been having, it hasn't seen much use lately. Either way, it's off limits to you. How should I know? I don't work for them. If you want to help, I suppose you could head to Windhelm and talk to Orthus and Dario. He's in charge over there.
I've never seen this one before. This one is new to me. Alright, I'm sure I'll remember to do that later, maybe. But we've talked to Vittoria Vici, which is all I really need to do here. You are the sister/partner in crime of the Argonian who wanted me to maybe, possibly, theoretically cause a ship to crash.
You talk to Egg Brothers. Deja has no words for you.
Egg Brothers. Yeah, well, I guess I would qualify as one of those two, wouldn't I? The last thing I need to do, I think, is to go back to Solitude and talk to Yvette-san. And you are going to be outside or inside? What time is it? It is 8 p.m. right now, almost 9 p.m. And I guess Okay, it looks like you're on your way
If you're
home.
looking for opportunities to make some
Spice
coin,
wine for you? It's a family recipe.
All right. You are. Here you go.
Thank you so much. I swear it's a fight with them every shipment. Here's something for your troubles.
Yeah, the U.S. is experiencing something similar right now. I'm afraid things aren't that much better here in real life at the moment. All right, so I think I'm gonna end this off here. We've explored Solitude. We've received some of our next assignment. I'm gonna go and uncheck this and recheck Diplomatic Immunity because that's the story quest. Next time, we're gonna infiltrate the Thalmor Embassy. Probably end up on a list in the process. My name is Dragonite. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.
What is it, Argonian?
Got to thinking.